My name is Helen Ray. Been married 43 years. We've lived here 38 years. And I loved Coatesville.
I was in civil engineering. I worked for, my last career was with Synthes USA. That's basically where I spent the last 10 years, and then I got injured and I had to retire and go on Social Security disability, which is where we're at right now.
Well, I was at home mom for a while, raised 4 kids, and then I went to work. And then when he really went down and all, I had to stay home with him because he couldn't do hardly anything.
I was home here. I was going down my cellar steps, stepped on a step that was wet or damp. And when I did, I slipped and fell and crushed my lumbar spine. I spent quite a bit of time in the hospital in rehab, and then I had a failed surgery. And I've been in constant pain 24/7 ever since.
Before Good Works, we were really anticipating possibly having to move into a 1-floor apartment or mobile homes or something like that. Yeah, because he couldn't go up the steps at all.
It was very, very difficult. Very. If you can imagine having hospital-like conditions in your living room, that's basically how we existed since I came home from the rehab. Those conditions were terribly depressing, the way I put it. You know, I really didn't understand the fellowship then. I didn't understand how it worked anymore. And the first time these guys came, there was 17 people that came all at one time. And we're pretty private people and sort of, you know, I don't say drawn back, but that was something. It just seemed like it was an endless well of people that wanted to help.
Some of the people came on their week's vacation, and there's not a lot of people out there that will work someplace else, you know, when they could have went on a trip or went somewhere.
And I didn't know people like that existed, really, because the world's become a pretty jealous place.
You know, the volunteers in the churches benefit even more, I think, sometimes than the homeowners do. It's an incredible blessing to be able to come together to celebrate in a wonderful fellowship, the friendship and love that we all share, to learn from each other, not only construction and building skills, but to learn discipleship, to learn faith, to celebrate God's grace in our lives.
They asked what our priorities were, and it was a ramp and a downstairs bathroom. And they built the ramp and the deck.
With the new ramp, the first time I tried it, I was out there probably 10 times that day, going up and down, and just that I had the mobility to get to the car, come back. You know, it was unbelievable.
The bathroom's wonderful, has all the handicap bars and all in it. They've done all the roofs and even the flat roof on the kitchen.
You know, this house of theirs is over 100 years old, and Dennis and Helen have done their best to take care of it. But you know, when a house with those many years on it, things deteriorate, and so we were able to help them keep up with that work.
The mission of Good Work is important because there'd be a lot of people that their houses would just deteriorate, and it's wonderful that people are out there to help.
It's important to understand and to realize that the need is really great. Applications for Good Works have increased by 35% in the past year. Volunteer participation has also grown immensely. There's tens of thousands of man-hours that are donated. But in order for these things to come together, we understand that it takes funding. The Church of the Good Samaritan team can't come and work on the house of Helen and Dennis Ray unless we have the supplies, the materials, and the tools that are necessary. It's an integral part of the ministry, and one that we celebrate.
Such a time as this.
Here's strangers that we'd never met before come into our life, you know, basically put their arms up under ours and lift us up. That, to me, is a miracle.